Hello, Level 1 English class. My name is Shane, and we're going to explore not only the mechanics of English, but also ways to make everyday communication in the English language come alive. Imagine learning to drive a car, but also knowing how that car works. Knowing both things gives you extra power, and none of it should ever be boring. In this video, for instance, we're going to explore a topic that is the king of all things considered boring in a language. Be. Why, oh why, always be? Well, to start, be is special in the English language. It's just a tiny verb, 2 letters, but it is the verb that we use most in our everyday language. Now, this is true of the same verb, or verbs, in the Spanish language, ser y estar. Every complete sentence that we communicate in our lives, in Spanish or in English, includes a verb, either spoken or implied. And so we use hundreds of verbs every day. But again, this little guy, be, is the one that we use the most. So what makes be so exciting? Pues nothing. It has these forms, which are confusing because they don't even look like the word be. And it has 8 forms because the and the are and the is for the present and the was and the were for the past. So that's one thing that makes be special in English. Just the fact that it has 8 forms. All of the other verbs have only between 3 and 5 forms. So you may think 8 forms, that's a lot to remember. But actually, that's pretty easy when you compare that to all of the verb forms associated with ser y estar. Think about this. Not only does a Spanish learner have to know when to use ser and when to use estar, which is very confusing for a beginner, but look at all these verb forms just for ser. And then look at all these other verb forms for estar. I mean, together, you're looking at more or less 70 verb forms. 70! 70! Just imagine those poor high school kids learning Spanish. So, not looking so bad now, huh? Now, you may know by now that we cannot express any of these forms of be or any other verb without also mentioning who or what is making that verb happen. If you say just the verb, it makes no sense. The who or what that makes the verb happen is called the subject of a sentence. For example, these famous words here are pronouns. Pronouns are just words that substitute a noun so that we don't have to repeat that noun over and over again and sound ridiculous. But more specifically, these are subject pronouns, meaning that they substitute only nouns that are subjects of a sentence. Subjects are always nouns, and many nouns are made up of more than just one word. It's kind of freaky. For example, Ramona is a woman, as far as we know. So that subject is just one word. It's a name. And because the subject Ramona is a female, then we can substitute it with she. She is a woman. The tall woman is a model. Now, in this case, the subject consists of 3 words. The tall woman. All of which together I can substitute with she. She is a model. The angry woman with a knife. It's freaking scary. So I can say she is scary. So literally any subject can be substituted with a subject pronoun. A lawnmower is a dangerous machine. Now, what pronoun can we use to substitute for a lawnmower? Is a lawnmower masculine or feminine? Well, in English, it doesn't matter. Yes. we will just use the pronoun it. Now, look at the descriptions of the following images and see if you know the correct subject pronoun to use in place of the subject. So, understanding what it is that you are saying and why it is that you were saying it that way is an important step to confident communication. Now, a good next step is observing the way that natives speak these concepts, because it's always very different than what you hear in the classroom. With the verb be, for instance, we natives almost always contract the subject with am, is, or are. For example, I am smart. Well, fine, but how do we natives normally say it? We say, I'm smart. I'm smart. Or look at these examples.
I told you, I'm a man of my word.
Oh, I'm Harold, her main character. I'm Harold Crick.
You think I'm sad?
You are awesome. But normally we say it, you're awesome. Or like this.
You're alone.
You're not a stalker or anything, right?
And you're right about one thing.
He is the man with the plan. He's the man with the plan. He's the man with the plan.
He's an expert.
He's a big guy.
He's a fun guy and he's nice.
She is a little drunk. No, she's a little drunk.
She's a teacher. They know things.
Yeah, she's happy today.
It is nothing to this creature. It's nothing. It's nothing to this creature.
It's not fair.
It's an electrical charge.
Nah, it's dumb.
We're the only ones left.
Well, there you go. That's pretty good. We're saving money already. We're a pretty good team.
There's no time. We're screwed.
They are married, unfortunately. They're married, unfortunately.
The French are incredible players. They're a great team, but...
Look, my roommates won't let me get any work done. They're insane.
And they're brothers from New Hampshire.
You see that? You almost don't even hear it. The native hears it, but if you're just learning, it's very hard to detect. So with that, you get kind of an idea of how we really use be out in the real world. Now you can go back and listen to these and pause the video and try to imitate the way these natives speak. That's always kind of fun. But the more easily you can do it, the more easily you'll recognize what other people are saying when they use it too. So while reviewing B inside the classroom may feel like beating a dead horse, outside the classroom, B is alive and it just dominates our communication. So it's really good to know how to use it to your best advantage. So that's all for now. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.